Welcome and good evening, wonderful dice of all alignments. I'm Lunar D8. And I'm still feeling a bit under the weather, but doing better. This is in the game VR chat. I hopped on this a tiny bit before having surgery. That was about 5 or 6 days ago or something. I don't know. Still gotta actually try to make my own Vtuber model. Not that I'll be using it too much. It's more so just a curiosity. Well, it's not like I'm ever planning to make a cent actively against it. But I just thought this was neat and wanted to show it off. Imagine if you could just buy a VTuber model. Go on Steam and just get a Steam card from Walmart and then just pay Steam with a Steam card for a VTuber model, and then Steam gives the proceeds to whoever made the model. But I think this is a good user interface to figure that sort of stuff out. But I'm kind of surprised that there isn't something on, because there's VTuber Studio, Vroid Studio, and Warudo Studio. So, which I still need to actually buy a web camera. I just have the one built into my laptop. But like I said, it's not like I really got to prioritize putting a lot of money into it just because, well, this is just a hobby. My entire channel is just a hobby. I just like rambling at my computer. I like the music in the background though. But yeah, it's not like I'm ever going to be monetized on YouTube. Heck, I don't know why YouTube would ever want to monetize me. But even if YouTube ever wanted to monetize me, I'd tell them no. Like I said, nothing against people making money on YouTube. I think that's awesome. I mean, there's this bald British guy who plays various rage games, and every time somebody donates to him, I raise my hands there like it's a fucking rock concert. Yeah, good for you, man. But not for me. I just want this to be a hobby. Granted, maybe a bit of an obsessive hobby, but what can I say? I have a very obsessive and addictive personality. But, and again, there's nothing wrong with people making money off this. I think people should make money off it. But not me. I don't want to. I just want to be, well, me. It's a place where I can just talk without a filter and just be my own weird self and just sort of relax and chill. I like to play video games. I like comedy. I like reading various things. And sometimes I just go off on various rants talking about who knows what. Sometimes it's personal, sometimes it's just random anime stuff. But could you imagine if you could buy a VTuber model? Just walk in oh, this one is $100 on Steam. Go to Walmart, buy a couple $30 Steam cards. You upload that to Steam. Steam takes its cut. Say 20%? How about that? What if Steam actually had a thing on Steam where you just go on there and it's just this. And you go through and you're oh, I like this VTuber model. And you get say $180 in Steam cards, and you buy the model, and you get everything with it. And Steam takes $30 for themselves as a cut, and the person who creates the VTuber model gets $150. And there's no limit to how many people can buy their model either, which means a person could literally just make one model and make thousands and thousands of dollars off of it. It also means dozens of people could have that same model. But in a world where there would be this many models, I don't think variety would be a problem. If anything, like I said, it's nice to have a... And in fact, in that kind of situation, most people would have probably a dozen models themselves. And most people that would create models would probably make hundreds. Honestly, I feel in that situation, the people out there who actually make VTuber models and actually want it as a business, like usually they do like freelance stuff for people that are already VTuber models or already planning to be VTuber models. But in this way, it'd be a sort of way it could be marketed to even the normie, to even the person who has never even heard of a VTuber before, as a much more... Then again, I mean, I know there's lots of discussions about gatekeeping and stuff and all that, and honestly, I don't know the beginning of that. Like, there's tons of ups and downs about that, and I really don't care about any of that. All I care about is, whoa, this looks cool. That looks cool. This looks cool. I want to just... It's kind of like VR chat. Like, I don't know, maybe people use this for different things. Like, maybe people out there are, like, using this part of... Like, maybe NASA's using this to have meetings. Like, they're all here in VR chat, having meetings about how we're going to colonize Mars. But I'm not that ambitious. I'm just a guy sitting in his bedroom, in his boxers, talking to his computer, looking at various cutesy pictures on a wall of various anime characters, because I find it relaxing. And I decided to record it for a video in case anybody wanted to listen to me ramble about this. But I'm just saying, as a business model, because, you know, most people want to make money to pay bills and stuff. And granted, I hate my job, but I'm grateful for my job because it pays my bills. But at some point I'm going to find a different job, just because my current job is killing me, and I'm miserable. But also I don't want to be homeless. That being said, even in the situation if my job fires me, I'm not going to make money off of YouTube or VTubing, because one, well, you have to be entertaining to do that. I'm not. Two is I don't want to. I don't want to be showing up on stuff and feel like it's a job and like, oh no, I have to make it entertaining or else I can't, pay my electric bill, and oh no, I have to be all these kinds of say so and nice things because I have to please my sponsors and people have to like me so they pay me money and super chats and stuff. No. I just like rambling at my computer. It's just fun to just ramble. But I think this would be a good business model. I think somebody out there, they could probably be affiliated with Steam, or they're not affiliated with Steam, but they could probably make a program and put it out of Steam. And honestly, I feel that if somebody were to make a sort of online shop in Steam that was free to download, and you just sort of came in here and you walk in like it's VR chat. And keep in mind, I don't have a VR headset. I'm just looking at my computer screen. I don't have a VR headset. So, but here's the thing. Imagine if there was just a thing on Steam that was free to download. And you hop on here, and there's all these various VTuber models made by whoever on the entire planet. And heck, if you wanted, you could actually, buy as many as you wanted. Not only would that make it much easier for anybody to suddenly have a VTuber model, heck, at that point, I think everybody on the planet would probably have a VTuber model. But also, it would give people more ideas. Like, I'm still going to probably try to make my own for my first one, but again, it's not like it's a business for me. It's not like I need to go some high-end model, pay thousands of bucks or some crap. Again, this is a hobby. But imagine if you could just come in to a free app on Steam to where everybody on the planet, you could make your own. Because there's plenty of people out there that are good, especially not just with those VTube, Vroid, and Waruto Studios. But I mean, there's things out there called Blender. And heck, there's some people that even make VTuber models in like Unreal Engine and stuff. I mean, full on like it's, Half-Life or, like PlayStation 5 level quality stuff. That's insane. That's like, you look at the person making the VTuber model, you're like, why don't you have a full-on job at it, like making a PS5 game? Because what you've done is impressive. Can I sit on this chair? But yeah, imagine if there was just a program on Steam where everyone could just, like, if you make a VTuber model of any kind, you can upload it, it gets voted, so it's more likely to be seen, but also you can list your price. It's kind of like the Steam store. All of a sudden you'd have millions upon millions, if not tens of millions, of VTuber models out there. I guess the only problem it would make is that you'd be like, well, wouldn't it overinflate the market where there'd be too much, VTubers available? It'd probably lower the prices from just supply and demand, as well as the people that were originally the only people that could do VTuber models. Well, wouldn't it be harder for people to find those models? And my answer is no, because the people who are already good at making VTuber models would be very better at it. That's not good grammar. I don't care. The main point is this: the people who are already making VTuber models before such a program would exist would already be much better. So their stuff would be higher quality, so they would be able to charge more, and they would get much more, it's like the Steam stores and YouTube algorithms. Then again, it would make it much harder for an indie person to actually break through as a fresh creator on any, whether you're an actual VTuber or a person making models and selling them. I don't know. I'm just saying, imagine if it was that easy. We're like, hey, I like this model. Click, you just spent $60. Everyone's like, there's no VTuber model that's $60. I know. I get that. But that doesn't matter. The main point is that you get the point. You could just walk in and decide, oh, I like this model. Buy it. And then, Steam takes its percentage. Like, then at this point, what, is Steam a pimp? I don't know. Actual creators of VTuber models, what's your thoughts on this? But yeah, wouldn't the people who make VTuber models be able to make a lot more money this way? And wouldn't the people who want to use VTuber models have much more variety and ease of... Because let's be clear, my attempts at actually making a VTuber model, it's like trying to make your character creation in Dark Souls or Demon Souls. I'm staring at my own boobs. Great. But, just saying, I'm not good at this. I will do what I can. But yeah, I am not gifted or knowledgeable in any of this stuff. And I see stuff like, obviously, people are buying this for via VR chat for their avatars. But you're able to actually use it for free, but it leaves a little QR code below you. So other people get... Basically, you're able to use the model for free, but it gives free advertising to everybody. Which, that's cool. Because I'm not even sure how you would actually pay for things on here. Like, if you would pay via Steam or what. Because I still don't really know how this works. But I'm just saying, what if there was a version of this for, like, VTuber models? So, really, this isn't very far off the mark from being VTuber models, just different program. Heck, imagine you could just upload one of these directly to, VTube Studio. Maybe that's possible. I don't know. I have no idea how any of this works. But look at all those options. And look at the detail. Imagine if all these were Dark Souls bosses. But I mean, imagine there was a VTuber studio set up like this. Though you'd probably also have to divide everything by genres, by graphical settings. I mean, it'd be like Steam. Like, okay, can you organize it by what's most popular, what's most upvoted, what's been most purchased, what's never been purchased before, what is NSFW, what is violent, what is chibi, what is, inspired by a certain anime. Like, oh, this is like based on Akira Toriyama's style of art. We're still pretty tired. I was in a lot of pain earlier this week. I went into a little more detail on the community tab of my YouTube page. But I'm not going to talk about that stuff right now because, honestly, I imagine if I were to go into detail about my experiences there earlier this week, most of you would probably start puking. Needless to say, I had to have a surgery because of a stricture in my body due to my shitty genetics, which if it had not been fixed eventually would kill me. That being said, the experience was awful. And I understand it could have been worse, but I was extremely miserable. I was in a lot of pain. I'm still in some pain. And it's not something I ever want to ever go through again. Why do you look familiar? But yeah, I was just, like I said, not going to go into detail just because I imagine it would gross everybody out. I went into a bit of some detail on the YouTube community page, but it's just, I was so miserable. Floofy tail. And like I said, this kind of goes on forever. We could be here for... Okay. But I'm just saying, imagine if there was a store on Steam where people could just show up and just buy a VTuber model like this. And like Steam takes its like 20% off the top or something. And the rest goes to the VTuber model, person who made it. Wouldn't that allow VTuber models to make more money? This is pretty cool. But imagine if it was this easy. Just to get a model. And just instantly use it and has everything already set up. I'm just saying... Yeah, I still need to actually buy a webcam. But yeah, for me this is just a fun little hobby. I mean, heck, even if I make a VTuber model, I'm not even sure if I'm actually going to use it in an actual streaming video. I might just use it in a couple, recorded videos and upload it like that. Terra. Kind of reminds me of Zentrea. Just a more sensible model, since Zentrea is like taller and more busty and curvy and all of the ways that would break your spine if you weren't, you know, enhanced by cyber futuristic stuff. It's like, oh, how do you know Wonder Woman has superpowers? Because her back doesn't break from the giant floofy tail. Yes, I hugged the tail. And like I said, this goes on forever. This looks very, very comfy. Particularly this sweater. Are you like 8 feet tall? Yeah, I know. I mean, we're all thinking it. I'm just being very clear about what we're thinking about. It's it. Just being honest. There are certain things that do kind of draw attention. Look at this. Look at the options. And if you bought this model, you'd be able to change all that. But imagine if you had this kind of options when it comes to VTube. You know, having a VTuber. Like, you just... Imagine if, let's see, your average person could just download an app, just hop in here and be like, oh, I like this. What's her name? Lash, there's an L. Lasyusha. I have no idea to pronounce it. And then you just have it, and it works. It's like, oh, it costs 6,000... Minecrafts. Whatever that unit of money is. I'm just saying that Steam would take a cut. The creator of the app would take a little cut, I guess. And then the VTube model creator would get the majority of it. I'd say Steam would get like 20%. The app creator would get 5%. And the VTuber models would get the rest, 75%. And here's the funny thing. And by that logic, I mean, I think everybody out there would be easier time. I think everybody would have like a dozen VTuber models, to the point that everyone would be a VTuber model. There'd be no longer any audience because everyone would be streaming. It's like you just have a stream full of other VTuber models. Then you got... I'd imagine Steam would become filthy rich. Heck, I think Steam would be rich enough to buy Twitter from Elon Musk. And the person who created the app, well, they might be able to buy YouTube. Or at least half of it. I'm just saying, I imagine this would, like, whoever would make such an app as this would be incredibly rich. Are you? Well, it's... I assume this would be an ASMR-themed person. You're literally a small school of fish. Why is it so sexual, though? Now we're just going to go run it back to all the... We're at like 31. Go all the way back, smash or pass. It's like, I don't know what's happening. He just said smash the 99% of everything. This just looks cool. This looks cool. I like nice aesthetics. Yes, I'm looking at her thighs. Cat girl. Head scritches. Head scritches. Is that a minigun? Laser? I'm not going to pretend I'm not looking. Oh. Oh, we're clipping. I think you guys get the point. Type. You know, creator of YouTube model or VTube VR chat model. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to push the left analog stick button on all the way and hold it so that we're crouching and doing this and walking directly toward the model. We all know why I was thinking that. Very dynamic pose. Oh! I recognize you. You're in that Wardo studio. You're one of the models that they give you to try to work with, which I'll tell you this, these sleeves are like very unruly and fly everywhere. But yeah, this is actually in the Wardo studio. It's a free app on Steam that lets you try to understand a little bit more about backgrounds and stuff with VTuber models. Again, I don't understand what the fuck I'm doing, but this is one of the basically placeholder models that's inside that app for you to just use and see how it reacts to your... Which teaches me two things. One, my computer seems to run really loud and heat up a lot, so I don't think my laptop can handle VTuber models, because just trying to make this thing move made my computer get really loud and hot. And two, again, maybe I need to not have just the basic webcam built into a laptop, which for the first couple years of having this laptop, I didn't even think worked because I couldn't even figure out how to turn it on. Shark Tale. You guys remember those like land shark toys from the Taco Bell like 20 years ago in the 90s? Imagine if Gargura became part of that. I'll put a link in the description of that little cartoon. I'll put it like next part of the playlist. Because sometimes sometimes. A lot of time lately I'll put other videos off YouTube in my playlists. Because I'm like, hey guys, look at this. I think it's cool. I want to share. I like this. One, obviously, she's pretty and boobs. But also just, it's a very comfy vibe. Yes, there is a sexual element to it, but more so just comfy. Well, that's cool. It's like a scholar's cap. Well, that's Robo. Got like transformations. Kind of reminds me of Mega Man. Epilepsy, go! It's like, where are you? I don't see the mod. It's like, stop calling the avatar short. This one's got a motorcycle. This one's pretty cool. If I use this mod, it'll be the first time I ever, had a 6 or 8 pack. Okay, this one's pretty cool. Chi Aki. That's pretty cool. Now, if I were to just keep going through this little avatar museum, we could probably do this for hours. But you guys get the point. One, imagine if there was a Steam app. I mean, the creator of the app would take a cut of each model sold. A Steam would take, let's say the creator of the app takes a 5% cut. The owners of Steam take a 20% cut. And the people who make these VTuber models get a 75% cut. Wouldn't everyone become much richer? And the people who want models would have much more access to them. I don't know. I just thought this was cool. Later.